was lucky enough to be able to manage it with diet, but you just never know in the future. So my main reasons for joining were to lose some weight. I just had a baby and have some more energy. So my daughters are only 18 months apart, and I didn't quite get back to pre-pregnancy weight by the time I got pregnant again. So I was just uncomfortable in my own skin. And by day 3 or 4 of the pink drink, I no longer had to drink coffee anymore. You totally can drink coffee if you're a coffee lover. It's because there's no caffeine in Slim. But I personally was one of those people who just like downed it for the effects, have an IV, just get it in me. So I didn't eat coffee anymore. By day 10, this was probably my most embarrassing victory, but it was happy nonetheless. My postpartum hemorrhoids were gone. I went to the bathroom one day. It was just like, wow, oh my gosh, they're gone. And I say that plural because there was more than one. And then in the beginning, I was losing inches more than I was pounds. And that's due to the inflammation that the pink drink targets. So in the beginning, that will happen. But over the next 3 months, those 3-month marks, your cells regenerate every 90 days. So 3 months, 6 months, that's when I would like get over different plateaus. And now today, I've been with Plexus a little over a year and I'm down 40 pounds. I no longer have sciatica pain. I don't get sugar cravings like I used to. In the afternoon, I would just need like a Kit Kat bar to get through the day. I'm just in a better mood. I just feel more balanced. Those hormonal changes, especially after having babies, can like make you crazy. And my husband was even commenting like, okay, what is this stuff? I'm going to have to kick it up a notch and actually remember to take this. So, and he's been doing great with it. It's actually helped him quit smoking because cravings, that's something else I learned, that there's a lot of sugar in cigarettes and that's what makes them so addictive. So when you're not craving that anymore, it becomes easier. So yeah, that's basically my testimony. And then I obviously wanted to keep using these products, and Allie had told me that if I just shared with 3 friends, I could get the price of my products covered. And it was kind of one of those things that I was feeling so good, like I didn't realize how bad I felt till I started feeling so much better that I couldn't help but share with people. And it just started happening. I would want, my mother-in-law was on high blood pressure meds and my mom had anxiety. So I would share with them to actually help them. And then I would get a paycheck. And I was like, well, this is cool. And here I am now. I'm a senior gold ambassador. And I am doing much more than just paying for my products. I am able to stay home with my kids and be a stay-at-home mom without the stress of not making enough money. And it's really just blessed my family in so many ways with our health and our finances.
Awesome. Thank you, Alexis. Okay, so I'm going to share a little bit of my story. So I started Plexus about a year and a half ago. My husband and I had been researching the connections of gut health between so many other things. My husband was in his early 30s and he had high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and we were trying to find a way to overcome that naturally, because I didn't want him to have to get put on meds where he'd be dependent on that for the rest of his life. So we realized that there's a big connection between gut health and heart disease and so many other things. So we literally spent a year from Christmas to Christmas researching products and gut health, but we just never jumped on with anything until right before Christmas, like last year, 2017, my friend Amber, who I went to middle school with, reached out to me, and I had been watching her post about how she overcame postpartum depression and how her husband was able to get off cholesterol meds, blood pressure meds, acid reflux medicine, and was no longer lactose intolerant. And that was basically exactly the situation with my husband. So as soon as she reached out to me, I was basically like, yes. I was like, yes, we want to do this. And I shared it with my husband. We said, yeah, let's jump in. Let's get the triplex because it targets all those things, the blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. And let's start with that. So we started with the triplex and with the multivitamin. And I basically did it because I wanted to make sure that that I was getting healthy too, basically. I really just thought, I know this is good for me, so I'll do it too. Basically, when I heard that people can lose weight with the products, I was like, I had 4 kids, and the last one really took a toll on me. So I was like, you know what? If you're going to get hot and healthy, so am I. That's basically what I said. And so I started on the products, and I knew it would be good for me, but I didn't realize how quickly I would find results. And so within that first week, I really, my cravings got way reduced. I used to be like eating Kit Kats every afternoon just to get through the day, drinking tea, and all of those things. And I was like, this is interesting. I'm not having those sugar crash headaches in the afternoon. I wasn't reaching for the ibuprofen. I wasn't reaching for the Kit Kats. And I was like, oh, this is like legit doing something in my body. After 1 month, I noticed that all my plantar fasciitis foot pain was gone. And that was huge for me because I actually struggled with that for over a year since my youngest was born, and just carrying him around all the time. I homeschool my other kids, so I was always standing, and I just really suffered from that pain. So targeting that inflammation in my body really helped significantly. So that was huge for me. And in that first month, I lost 15 pounds and I went down 2 sizes. And that was it just felt really good. And it started to make me feel like the person that I always envisioned myself as. So I continued on, and around month 3, I had taken a before and after photo. And basically I noticed that the enlarged thyroid, the goiter that I had in my neck for my entire life, just looked totally different. You could see definition in my neck, and I was like, wait a second, this is crazy. So I had actually sent the picture to my mom and didn't say anything, and she immediately responded with like, Allie, you've had enlarged thyroid your whole life, and now you don't anymore. So that was just really cool to have that experience. So for me, I had started when I started reading all the testimonies, I was doing the research, and I started making a list of all the people I knew who could benefit from these products. And basically, everybody who has a gut, can benefit, which we all do. So we can all benefit from these products and getting our gut healthy. Sorry, my kid is handing a bag of rice to me. This is real life, people. Okay, so I have 4 kids, and now I'm able to keep up with them without a Netflix earbud in my ear constantly to keep me sane, okay? That's literally where I was before I started Plexus. But I started realizing how many people really needed these products. And, I actually said to my husband, I was like, you can like get your products covered with this, and you can actually make an income. Like, do you think that I should try to do that? And he was like, well, duh, of course you should, basically, because I've always been interested in health and nutrition and wellness and fitness. And he's like, this is right along with what you're interested in, so why not go for it? And I saw all of these women in the company who were these wonderful, beautiful women who had gotten high up in Plexus. And with Plexus, with the business opportunity, there's no cap on your income. You can continue to work your way up to share with, basically just by sharing with people the opportunity and sharing with people the products. And I saw these women, and I was like, wow, they're amazing and what they've done, and they're making so much impact in people's lives. And I was like, oh, but I don't think I could do that. And then all of a sudden I started to hear their stories and to realize that, they're just like me. They're just moms. They're just ladies who are just trying to take care of themselves, take care of their families, and they found something that they can't help but share with other people. Just like when I find an amazing deal on Amazon or whatever, and I just have to share it with all my friends, like, hey, here's a coupon code or whatever. It's the same. How could I keep this to myself? So I started sharing, and through that, I have been able to rank up to Ruby in the company, it's just a rank in Plexus, basically, which means that I love Plexus a lot, but it means I'm actually making a legitimate income. And even before that, every rank in Plexus is a legitimate income. I started out just wanting to get my products covered, and so making that $500-$600 a month and covering the products for me, my husband, my entire household of 4 kids plus other adults was huge, because we were getting these products to benefit our health, basically for free. And then we started adding more to that, and I was able to pay the electric bill and my daughter's gymnastics. And now I'm able to, pay even more things than that and start to put that aside and start to build into and pay off debt, and actually see this as something that is way bigger than just me, something that can impact so many other families and, with their health and with the community that we offer, and also with their finances. So that is part of my story. I'm going to ask Brandy if she will just share a little bit of her journey with Plexus, and then I will wrap it up. Bran, if you're able to jump on. Oh, there she is.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
What was my question? I missed it. Oh.
We can hear you. Oh, you're
just your testimony, product and business.
Hey everyone. So yes. So okay. I was going through a lot. I only went to the bathroom, number 2, about once a week. And I had hemorrhoids that were really bad. And it was not, it was not. I was looking for something to help me with this. I had had a hysterectomy at 28 from severe endometriosis. My hormones were out of whack. I was just all over the place. I was in need of help. My husband was diagnosed with cancer. I was depressed. I went to my doctors for help, and they said, oh, let's give you all these medicines. The first night I didn't sleep. The second night I didn't sleep. And I actually started like clenching down really hard, to the point that I broke my tooth. I woke up like, I never slept actually, but I was like dripping sweat, beads of sweat on my lip. I thought I was dying. So the next morning when the doctor's office opened, I called and I said, this is, what had happened last night. I was pretty sure I was dying, but thankfully I'm still here. And they said, oh, those are normal side effects. And I was like, nope, absolutely not. That's not okay. So I kept seeing Alexis's post, and it was great to see. I wanted it, but I was so skeptical, like, no way are those products actually helping her. And then I remember seeing a post that actually her husband posted about like being so proud of Alexis and Allie, and just for sharing their heart about stuff. And I was like, gosh, that's awesome that he like gives them all this credit. Like, they're doing these big things. What? Like, I want to be a part of that. I want my name on a post. Like, my husband doesn't have Facebook. I don't get any posts like that. So I was like, hey, I want to get in on this. Can I use her husband and he can like say nice things to me? So I was like, what's your stuff about? All right, let's talk again about all this stuff. And I was like, let's try it. So I got the triplex. Guys, 14 days in, my hemorrhoids were gone. And I remember like waking up like, hallelujah, praise Jesus, they're gone. Like, it was the most amazing thing. And if you've ever had them, you know exactly what I mean. So that was just one of many things. I stopped biting my nails. I was such a nail biter for my whole life. It was just me. And it was my gut health. There's so many things to follow. And then MetaBurn came out in December, and they announced the Slim Down Challenge. And in January 14th, I started. And March 14th, I ended my 60 days, 23 pounds lighter, and just full of energy, and wanted to inspire and tell people my story because I knew these products were working. After my 60 days, I kind of fell off. I wasn't like working out every day, and I wasn't being that good on anything except for consistently taking my products. And I still lost another 12 pounds, which said to me, it wasn't just my working out. Yes, those things helped, but these products are actually doing stuff. Because a lot of people want to say, well, you were working out and eating good. So of course, that is why you had so much success. Yes, you get more success when what you put into it, but these products really work. So I am happy to say today that I am a full 37 pounds lighter, and I am happy and healthy, and my husband doesn't think I'm crazy anymore. And I'm still waiting for my post from Taylor.
Ah, that's awesome. Thank you, Brandy, for sharing that. And I just love what you touched on, right? Like, this is not this has helped so many people lose weight, right? But it's not all about weight loss. It's about helping your body function the way that it's supposed to. And a great side effect of that is weight loss for people who need weight gain. They actually can help maintain a healthy weight if that's what they're looking for. But there's so many issues that are just connected to our gut. Brandy touched on just the biting her nails and her anxiety, because so much of our serotonin, our happy hormone, is produced in our gut. And so it really, like, our whole body is affected by all of these layers, right? Like, we're physical, emotional, mental, spiritual beings, and one thing affects the other. And so we're able to just kind of kickstart that domino effect by getting our health under control. It just bleeds into so many areas. The other amazing thing with Plexus is that we have this amazing support team. You don't just buy products from your friend. Literally, they're there to walk you through, to coach you, to help you figure out what's best for you. And we're here to support you no matter what. So you have whoever your friend is who shared this with you or who invited you, and also an entire support team behind them that just wants to welcome you in, to encourage you, to speak life, and whatever you're going through, that we see you as a whole person, and we want to make sure that we're addressing all of those issues. So, and all of the things that just you need in life. And that was what was so big for me. So because of Plexus, not only did I get my health under control, my husband has gotten his health under control, but I started to do things that I had always wanted to do, right? So I became a fitness instructor recently. I'm actually starting my very own class Wednesday morning at 5:30 a.m., my first class ever by myself. I'm freaking out a little bit, but I'm so excited. And I never would have done that if it wasn't for feeling my best and the encouragement from people like this to say, just go for it. Like, you can do it. You can do whatever you want, you know? And so now I'm able to just share this health and happiness with all my friends and all my family, and help my family because of it. So please touch back with the person who invited you on. Please let them know your thoughts. Let them know any questions that you have about the products. Oh, super quick. Okay, Emily is here. And so this is real life, you guys. We do this business because we love it and we want to share with people. But what I love about this community and even this business is it's supposed to work around our families and our schedules. So Emily is preparing for an amazing church camp. She didn't think she was going to get on, but she did. And so she'll take a minute here and she's going to share a little bit of her story, and then we'll close it out. Go ahead, Em.
Yes, total real life. I hope that you guys can all hear me well. I literally just pulled into my garage so I could connect to Wi-Fi. Yes, so I am preparing for church. So I'm Emily. I've only been with Plexus for, I was kind of the opposite of like Allie and Lexus. It took me a really long time to sign on for Plexus. It actually took Allie 8 months to finally break me down and me say, okay, tell me what this is. How do I get hooked up on it? And ultimately what that came down to is deep inside my core, I'm a health nut. My family has been eating clean and organically for 7. We don't waver from that. I've done multiple rounds of Whole30. I educate myself on nutrition, and I felt that, why do I need this? I eat perfectly. I'm a runner. I work out constantly. I don't think I need this. My gut must be fine because I'm doing all the right things. I'm a healthy person. I go to my doctor. I don't have any problems. Well, then I had some serious life change happen, and my fabulous husband relocated us. We went from New Jersey to Virginia, and Virginia down to South Florida, where we know nobody. And it was a huge transition for us. We we weren't homeless, but we were in company housing for 5 months. We didn't have any of our things. I had a job that took me away from my family for a very long time. The commute was awful. And I found that I was exercising, I was eating perfectly, and I felt like crap. I wasn't sleeping well. Circumstances were overwhelming me constantly, and there was absolutely no end in sight. And when I got to that point, that's when I reached out to Allie and I said, okay, I need something. I need something to get me through this darkness because I can't get through it. And I started with Just Slim, and that got me through the holidays, through moving, through finally getting into our house. And in January, I decided I need more. I need more for my family. I didn't want to, I would have to leave my house by 6 a.m. and I wouldn't get home until well after 5. I couldn't even get my 2-year-old to daycare because my schedule didn't allow it. So my husband was not only opening a brand new market down here, but he was also doing full-time daddy duty because I wasn't able to be here for my kid and my dogs. And I decided this is not how I want to live. Life is way too short to be this unhappy, to go through these motions, to never get to see my daughter, to not have good time with my husband. I couldn't even have phone conversations with family members, just going through the motions. So I reached out to Allie and said, this is what I want. I want to start Plexus. I want to work it for a couple months. I did the math between what the salary that I make and how much daycare costs. This is how much I need to make every month to quit my job. And I did it. Allie set me up with the Fast Start program, which talk to whoever invited you here about the Fast Start. It is attainable. It is doable. And I went from nothing to gold in 3 months. And that changed everything. That's all I needed because, there goes my light. Because I'm a teacher and teachers don't make a lot of money, first of all. And because of the cost of daycare, I only needed a little bit of money to be able to stay home. And the fact that I was able to resign a job that I was unhappy with, a job that made me miserable, that I really couldn't see past the light, is huge. And now I get to stay home with my 2-year-old daughter. And I'm not the kind of person that wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I am the kind of person that wants to do the very best for my family. And Plexus has allowed me to do that. Plexus has brought out the best version of me that has been stifled by things I didn't even realize. So Plexus has given me health. Yes, I've lost 30 pounds. I've kicked anxiety's butt. My postpartum depression is manageable and pretty much a thing of the past. I'm running again, and I'm being who I want to be. I wake up every morning and I'm happy with myself. And I go to bed at night and I feel satisfied at the work I did in the day. Plexus brought me way more than health.
Stop it. Making me cry over here. I'm just a big old softie, but how can you not just love all of these stories, right? Of health and finding ourselves and just what this provides for our family and friendships and everything. So please talk to the person who invited you or who sent you this video or this call and just ask questions, right? But right now, Plexus has some amazing things going on that I really don't want you to miss out on. And honestly, Plexus, they have a money-back guarantee, 60 days, because they know that you're going to love the products. If you give them an honest shot and you're consistent and you listen to your friend who signs you up, you are going to see things happen, right? I always say, let's give it 60 to 90 days. Most likely you'll feel something before that working in your body, but our cells regenerate every 90 days. And so give it an honest shot, because honestly, what could this change for you? You see what this changed for us, and we're just 4 people. And so what could this possibly change for you? I'll just leave you with that, and I'll say good night, and please reach out with any questions at all. Thank you, guys.